Okay, great.
Yes, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Great. Thank you so much. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. We're going to be starting now. I've hit the record button. So yeah, thank you again for coming. Welcome. And my name is Elena Gonzalez. Today, we're going to be talking about the amazing benefits of collagen. Before I introduce Jordan, I just want to mention that if anyone has any questions, you can feel free to type them in the chat box. And then after the webinar, a Nature's Discount team member will respond to your questions over email. So without further ado, I want to introduce Jordan Rubin. Jordan is one of America's most recognized and respected natural health experts. He is the New York Times bestselling author of The Maker's Diet and 29 additional titles, including his upcoming book, The Probiotic Diet. He's an eco-entrepreneur, author, and lecturer on health and nutrition. Jordan is also the founder of Garden of Life and Ancient Nutrition, where he currently serves as our CEO. He is also the founder of Heal the Planet Farm and the Ancient Nutrition Center for Regenerative Agriculture, located in Southern Missouri and Middle Tennessee. So thank you, Jordan, for being here, and I'll hand it off to you.
Excited to be here, Elena. We can go to the next slide, please. Today, we're going to start with a little bit of background, how I became passionate about natural health, started my mission. We're going to talk about collagen, which I believe is an absolutely essential missing protein in our diet. We'll go over some practical ways to use Ancient Nutrition's bone broth and collagen products in your everyday life and why using them can be a missing link into so many areas of your health. We'll talk about the benefits of collagen and then our greater mission, which is to save the world with superfoods. Next slide, please. My story of natural health really dates back to before I was born. My father is a chiropractor and a naturopathic doctor, but as many teenagers do, I rebelled against the healthy lifestyle and went on my own path, which unfortunately led to severe illness. So if you're looking at this screen, that photograph on the left was what I call my before picture. My mother took that at the depths of my illnesses: Crohn's disease, rheumatoid arthritis, diabetes, and 16 other diagnosed health issues and diseases. I was able, after 69 medical experts couldn't help me, to find answers with an age-old book, the Bible, through a man who I'll call an eccentric nutritionist, who told me that if I moved to live with him from South Florida, where I grew up, to Southern California and lived in a motorhome so I could breathe in ocean air, ate real foods from a health food store that now is a Sprouts, at that time was a Boney's. I even parked illegally one night in my motorhome so I could be the first to purchase the raw kefir, raw carrot juice, grass-fed meat and pastured eggs, heirloom sourdough bread. That diet, plus a substance that I would later call soil-based organisms, a probiotic, helped take me to that after picture, which is taken on my 21st birthday. I tell my kids pretty much identical to me today, other than the sunglasses. And at that time, 26 years ago and counting, I made a commitment that if I can help just one person overcome disease, or better yet, avoid it, then my 2-year battle with illness will have been worth it. And so I've dedicated my life to transforming the health of this nation and world, one life at a time. And today I'm blessed to be talking to you, because every time I share this message, somebody is inspired not only to live this powerful truth, but share the message with their own family and even others beyond. So very excited to be speaking with you tonight. Next slide, please. After getting well, I started sharing my message of health and hope. And within a couple of years, I started a company that became Garden of Life, which is now the largest nutritional supplement company in America, if not the world. Started writing books, including Patient Heal Thyself, and my most publicized and a successful book, The Maker's Diet. After 13 amazing years, I decided to, it was 15 years, I decided to leave the company that I started, Garden of Life, and become a regenerative farmer. So I bought farmland and began to produce the foods that were required to provide excellent health. But I couldn't stay away from the natural products industry, and so I teamed up with protege and good friend, Dr. Josh Axe, to start Ancient Nutrition, continued writing books. And Elena mentioned we have a new book that is slated to be published in April of 2023 called The Probiotic Diet: How Good Germs Create Great Health. Next slide, please. We're going to talk about a powerful compound called collagen. Now, collagen is something that I have recommended from my very first book, Patient Heal Thyself, to my last book, Essential Fasting. Collagen is primarily found in broth. And I like to say that we are the first brothless generation. For centuries, if not millennia, our ancestors, no matter where we lived, consumed some form of bone broth, whether it be chicken soup, beef stock, or fish soup or sauce. When you extract the nutrients from bones, joints, ligaments, and tendons, you extract a protein called collagen. Collagen is the protein that makes up our skin, hair, nails, our bones, the lining of our digestive tract, even parts of our arteries and blood vessels, etc., etc. And by the age of 18 to 20, it peaks. But if you didn't build up collagen in your lifetime, because we tend not to consume collagen-rich foods, we like to eat the ground beef or tenderloin, we like to eat chicken breast, chicken nuggets. We don't gnaw on the bones, joints, ligaments, and tendons, and we like shortcuts. So making old-fashioned bone broth in 24 to 48 hours, not on the menu for most of us. In fact, I estimate we have consumed very little collagen in a day. You'll see that in an upcoming slide. When you see your collagen level decrease, you have a decline in skin thickness and elastin, which means you will start to show aging, including advanced signs of aging. Next slide, please. As I mentioned, collagen is the most abundant protein in our body, forming all or part of the organs and systems you see on the screen. Next slide, please. Collagen is so important inside and out. We like to call it connective tissue protein, and we'll share with you in the upcoming slides the difference between muscle building protein, which we consume plenty of, and connective tissue protein, which most of us who are 50 years of age or younger have consumed very little in our lifetime, as opposed to our ancestors who subsisted on collagen-rich foods. I estimate that collagen made up 20+% of their daily protein and 20 to 30% of their daily consumption of animal protein. Next slide, please. Here's where you get muscle building protein, and they're important. Meat, eggs, dairy, even plants such as fruits, nuts, seeds, and vegetables. We say 5% of our diet or less comes from collagen. That's generous. It's probably less than 1%. When you consume a disproportionate amount of muscle building protein, you tend to have issues with your joints, ligaments, tendons, skin, hair, nails. Collagen is quite literally the glue that holds us together and the bones that hold us up. Next slide, please. We can get collagen in our diet in two ways. Eat what our ancestors consumed. Bones, marrow, skin, feet, tendons, and ligaments of animals. And this is done even today by native indigenous cultures. Broth is an easy way to consume these types of nutrients. When I say easy to consume, very challenging to make. And by the way, we love making bone broth. So if you want a great bone broth recipe, check out ancientnutrition.com or draxe.com for recipes. Most people don't want to spend the 24 to 48 hours making the bone broth, then the cleanup, and of course, procuring all the foods to begin with. Next slide, please. We created the first ever protein powder made from bone broth. I experienced a severe knee injury in 2015, and through a series of, I would say, wonderful events, I was able to obtain an extract of bone broth in powder form. I began consuming it and experienced amazing results. And upon analyzing this powder, I learned that it was over 90% protein and loaded with collagen type 2, glycosaminoglycans, I won't make you remember that, such as glucosamine, chondroitin, and hyaluronic acid, 18 amino acids, providing more nutrition than even homemade bone broth, wrapped in 20 grams of protein, low carbohydrates, in fact, 0 carbs in this formula. Bone broth protein pure as a single ingredient. Chicken bone broth protein concentrate made from chicken bones, joints, ligaments, tendons, water, heat, and pressure. It is a simple and affordable way to make sure you're getting the power of 2.5 cups of homemade bone broth in every single scoop. It is an amazing formula. And in fact, bone broth protein was the product that launched Ancient Nutrition, the first bottle being sold in May of 2016. Next slide, please. Ancient Nutrition is the culmination of Ancient Nutrition and draxe.com, which is one of the world's leading natural health websites. And while Ancient Nutrition was growing, we were also creating products for Dr. Axe, the flagship multi-collagen protein. Within a year, Ancient Nutrition and draxe.com joined forces to become the Ancient Nutrition we know of today. And we have taken the multi-collagen protein, which is the first ever collagen with multiple sources. I'll explain why we decided to do this. I bet a lot of you, if not most, consume a multivitamin every day. Probably very few of you consume riboflavin or vitamin B2 on its own. Riboflavin, by the way, is amazing. It's found mostly in animal products and a small amount in nuts, grains, and seeds. It's great for the brain, great for metabolism. The reason you don't consume it every day is because you consume a multivitamin. If you are purchasing or using a collagen made from one source with 2 types or less, you are simply missing out. There are at least 24 types of collagen in the human body. We were able to create the first ever multi-collagen protein with 10 types of collagen from 4 food sources, with vitamin C plus probiotics, containing 20 grams of collagen per 2 scoops. You see strawberry lemonade on the screen, which is a great refreshing drink. You can offer this amazing nutrient-dense, low-calorie, low-sugar, low-carb formula to kids and adults alike to build the areas of their body that are holding them up and that they like to see in the mirror. Next slide, please. This is a snapshot of what each of the 10 types of collagen do. Now, I'm not going to share each and every one with you, but if you look here and see that most collagens that are on the market contain either types 1 and 3 only or type 2 only, look what you're missing out. For example, type 8 collagen is found in the eyes, heart, brain, liver, lung, muscles, and of course, cartilage. That's one that you're missing out on. And type 22 is found in the heart, skeletal muscle, and across the human body. So if you think about it, consuming a collagen that is single sourced from beef or fish with 1 to 3 types of collagen is incomplete. Multi-collagen protein in its unflavored form mixes easily. Every morning I make my wife a delicious coffee drink. I do strong organic coffee with organic coconut sugar, organic cinnamon, organic grass-fed ghee, which is clarified butter, and 1 scoop of multi-collagen protein. It is an amazing coffee drink that probably is the best tasting you've ever had and helps build the body from the inside out. A great morning boost that gives you all the benefits of coffee plus the benefits of collagen. And she didn't even know it was in there when I started putting it in there. That's kind of how I sneak ancient nutrition supplements into the diets of my family. Next slide, please. Here are the sources of collagen we use in multi-collagen protein. Bovine peptides from grass-fed cows, chicken bone broth from the same source as bone broth protein, fish peptides, and the exclusive clinically studied fermented eggshell membrane collagen, which is the membrane that is between an eggshell and the egg that used to be thrown away, but a man decided to begin harvesting it, studied it, and found that it contained collagen, chondroitin, glucosamine, hyaluronic acid, and through a proprietary fermentation process that unlocked the benefits, that it could be amazing in its results, including, if you can believe this, providing over 50% reduction in soreness due to exercise 24 hours after exercising. So results starting in one day, clinically studied to last 90 days, and I'm sure beyond. We didn't take the studies further than 90 days. 4 food sources, 10 collagen types. There's only one multi-collagen protein. We really created this subcategory of collagen. Next slide. We've also added vitamin C. We all know vitamin C is important. You may not realize that vitamin C is named as the collagen vitamin. Vitamin C helps stimulate collagen production in the body. It's a potent antioxidant and immune booster. We use a vitamin C that has a lipid metabolite coating, which means that the vitamin C is coated with a special fatty acid complex that works within your cell wall like a magnet, because our cell exterior is coated or made of lipids or fats. So it's very important to consume a vitamin C that is highly absorbable, as is this source that is clinically studied to be more effective as an antioxidant and immune booster than traditional vitamin C. Next slide, please. We also offer a clinically studied probiotic that we call a soil-based organism, promoting healthy digestion, healthy gut microbiome, and healthy elimination, all in one product, multiple flavors, multiple sources, including capsules, amazing formulations, 10 types of collagen. There really is nothing like multi-collagen protein, especially when you consider the ease of use. Next slide. I want to get into a little bit about that clinically studied fermented eggshell membrane collagen. We're the only ones who offer this ingredient. It's really the byproduct of 28 plus years of research. It was 28 years ago that I learned about this fermentation process that unlocks the benefits of proteins and magnifies them. So if you look on the screen, 5 human clinical studies, reduced joint discomfort rapidly, continuously, and persistently, shown to improve exercise recovery. I shared that amazing statistic, and promoting healthy hair thickness, growth, and reduction in breakage. Next slide, please. Here is a better snapshot of what multi-collagen protein can do for you. Day 1, you'll feel better after exercising. Day 3, the collagen breakdown that starts after age 20 will begin to slow down. Day 29, improving the appearance of crow's feet. Day 30, reducing joint discomfort. And day 57, wait for 57. It's a great day because it improves your skin tone. Next slide. So when you think about what multi-collagen can do for you, it's going to benefit you from a beauty level, aesthetically, with your hair, skin, and nails. Next slide. Joint and ligament stiffness, cartilage, and recovery from exercise or just about any activity. Next slide. And as I mentioned, it is ultra versatile. You can mix it in water. You can mix it in coffee, hot, cold. You can make an ice cream out of it, put it in smoothies. My children are either active in sports or music or theater, they all consume collagen sources from Ancient Nutrition every day, some in smoothies, some in coffee, some in applesauce or yogurt, oatmeal, or even baked goods. Next slide, please. If you look on the right side of the screen, you'll see how traditional brands of collagen that are available on the market are made. Excuse me. On the left, you'll see multi-collagen protein, easy to absorb, fermented with probiotics, vitamin C, and 10 types of collagen. Next slide, please. In addition to the great products at Ancient Nutrition, we have a great mission. Myself and Dr. Axe have been in the farming business since 2009, and we're super excited to take ingredients and repurpose them and their byproducts to build healthy soil and regenerate our land and our ecosystem. In fact, nearly 500,000 pounds of eggshell waste from our fermented eggshell membrane collagen we just talked about have been picked up and applied on our farms, fields, through direct application and composting to build soil minerals and alkalinity. So it's a true upcycled, recycled, regenerative process. Next slide, please. We have 2 farms. They're the first to be certified organic and regenerative organic certified. Our farms are in Missouri and Tennessee, spanning over 4,000 acres. This is a photo of our water buffalo in Missouri. Our Center for Regenerative Agriculture and Sustainability is in Tennessee, where we raise livestock for soil building, as well as growing well over 100 varieties of fruit trees, tropical and exotic, as well as climate acclimated for the South. So we're excited to be creating the next superfood ingredients on our own farms. Next slide, please. There's a picture of one of our baby water buffalo. They happen to be the friendliest and cutest animals on the planet. You may even have some in Aruba. I should have done research. Here's a little bit more about our 2 farms. We're adding animals all the time. Actually, this is Tennessee, where we've got a smaller group of animals, but on a smaller property. It's a great demonstration and research farm. Next slide, please. Here's Missouri, where we've got hundreds of these amazing animals and thousands of acres, plus an orchard, large-scale composting, and great places to stay for those who want to come visit and even volunteer on our farm. We are creating the next generation beyond organic farms, and we're going to share with the world the results that we see in what to become the most comprehensive regenerative agriculture research project we believe in the world. Regenerative agriculture simply means beyond organic. Organic is good, but it doesn't necessarily contribute to healing the planet. Next slide, please. We believe that we can be catalysts to save the world and heal the planet. We dedicate 1% of our net revenue to doing just that. Excuse me. I am in the process of successfully battling a cold or a flu myself, so pardon my voice and my occasional coughs. We decided to put our money where our mouth is. Not only do we use our team members to farm, volunteer, create the strategic plan within our farms, but we also dedicate 1% of all revenue. And if you look at what that means practically, every Ancient Nutrition product you buy, just about every bottle, means 1 tree planted, which means more carbon in the soil, more biological activity, and more beyond organic superfoods within our, I'll call it, commerce system. So it really is a virtuous cycle. Supporting Ancient Nutrition supports so much more than just your health. Next slide, please. This is my favorite one. It's a thank you slide, and not because it's the last slide, because I want to thank you for being so far away, yet being great fans and supporters of the Ancient Nutrition mission. If you've never heard of Ancient Nutrition before, if you've never heard of myself or Dr. Axe, we invite you to learn more about what we can do together. We have product offerings that span multiple categories. We do recommend that you get started on multi-collagen protein and bone broth protein. If you're really committed and serious, I would say 3 servings a day. Could be powder, could be capsules, multiple flavor options. You can sneak bone broth protein pure or multi-collagen protein pure in spaghetti sauce, meatloaf, oatmeal, as we mentioned, yogurt, smoothies, you name it, it could be in there. And if you'll do that for yourself and your family, you will build a legacy of health. Your children won't know you're feeding them these amazing nutrients, but when they get older, instead of their collagen declining from a low amount, their collagen could maintain at a very high amount. Start building that collagen today. Someone will ask, when is it too late for me to start collagen or bone broth? The only way you can start bone broth protein or collagen too late is if you wait until tomorrow. Jump on board today. We have great resources on the education side, and we're excited to be reaching this message across the globe outside of the continental United States. And by the way, if you are entering in the raffle, the winners will be announced tomorrow over Facebook. And a reminder, what Elena said earlier, any questions you have, please type them in the chat and the chat feature, and the questions will be answered by the local team in Aruba. If you're watching from somewhere else, I'm sure there are ways to connect you with the resources as well. But we're excited to welcome you into the Ancient Nutrition family. We have a powerful mission by the end of this decade to impact the lives of 1 million families on a daily basis. I hope we can count your families as those who will be impacted. I believe your life and the lives of your future generations will be changed. God bless. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much, Jordan. Really appreciate that presentation. I was sipping on my collagen as you were presenting. Before I close, I just have a couple announcements. So as Jordan mentioned, raffle winners will be announced tomorrow over Facebook. And I did want to announce some special offers by Nature's Discount. So this will be for stores in Aruba, Curacao, and Bonaire. So we have a couple different specials. The first special is a buy one, get one free. If you buy looks like there's some drawings happening. If you buy a bone broth protein of any of the flavors, you will receive a free multi-collagen protein powder. That'll be a 24 serving or a 45 capsule. And then the second special is buy one, get one free on all multi-collagen protein powders, 40 and 45 serving. You will get sorry, I'm trying to see my screen. You will get a packet of chicken soup bone broth protein. So that is a delicious one to add as a savory broth. So make sure you take up one of those offers. And then we do have one more offering for Barbados shoppers, 15% off on select items in Barbados from November 18th through November 30th. So that is all, everyone. Thank you again so much for joining. Have a great night, and I hope you have enjoyed this presentation on the benefits of collagen. All right, take care, everyone.